Hello, everyone. It's been a while. Welcome to my 110th stream. So, in a way, this is kind of a milestone for my channel, which is really interesting. So, I will go to the streams on my Discord. Alright, so obviously I'm going to give people some time before they show up, but yeah, I mean, honestly, World Beyond has been doing a fantastic job. Like World Beyond Season 2. Besides the premiere, everything else in World Beyond has been pretty good, pretty solid so far. Ever since Jadis came into the show, like around the end of episode 5, the show has been really getting better. Although with Elizabeth, it was still good with Elizabeth. You know what I mean? When she was the villain in the first half of Season 2. So, yeah. Also, guys, I am doing a new streaming program. I'm using OBS software instead of just Streamlabs. So I'm trying to see if this is going to work now. Because if it does, then my streams might come back. You know what I mean? It depends if I get enough people. But yeah. No data. That's weird. Okay. Hopefully, yeah. Let me know if the stream is having any trouble, guys, because I have no idea how to also I cannot read the chat for some reason. Come on. Okay. Yeah, guys, let me know if there's any trouble because I just started. Okay, alright, so, wait a minute, resolution, oh no, come on, don't give me trouble, what is going on right now? It was working fine earlier. Please don't give me trouble. Okay. Just want to make sure. Okay, so for World Beyond, everything has been going great with World Beyond. I don't know if you guys have seen episode 8 or, 9 yet. I think most people haven't, but honestly, it's just absolutely amazing. It's definitely such a good season. Season 2 is just honestly amazing with World Beyond. And there's also one thing I just want to mention real quick. World Beyond actually did drop the big F-bomb in Season 2. They actually did pull it off. Uncensored, you know what I mean? They didn't hide it or whatever. It was quite easily able to be heard, and yet the audience, no one talks about it. That's kind of weird how no one is talking about it. Yeah, I have no idea what's up with that. Let's see, it says connection good. Yeah. I guess you guys probably didn't see my CRM explain video because unfortunately that's blocked in certain countries. But basically what I mentioned in it is that the CRM is definitely the New World Order. They want to rebuild the world in their image. They want to take over the entire country, of America and rebuild it with just their group, in Philadelphia, just people under the thumb and one banner of the CRM logo. And unfortunately, obviously, that's not right. You know what I mean? They want to subjugate and kill anyone who doesn't, go with how they believe. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of crazy that some people don't like how they're being defeated by a bunch of kids. But the thing is that we have to establish that the characters in World Beyond are very intelligent and scientific. You know what I mean? They're good planners. So that's one thing we need to remember. In the Walking Dead main show, the characters like Rick and them, they're not really good in strategies and stuff. You know what I mean? Anytime the group in The Walking Dead ever has tried to do a plan, they've always failed in that plan because there was always something they didn't consider, or someone was just going against the plan. But with World Beyond, it's clearly shown that, yeah, obviously there's still some hiccups, but characters, you know, I mean, the characters think more with the plans. At least that's how I see it. So, okay, hold on. Let me check my connections and all of that. Please check video resolution. Hmm. I wonder, is higher than the recommended rate. We recommend that you use. Yeah, I'll have to change that at some point. Um, yeah, guys. So if actually, I should probably let everyone know. One second, guys. Okay, so yeah, so with World Beyond, characters I loved in season 2, characters I didn't like. I really like Will, you know, Felix's boyfriend. You know what I mean? He's a pretty interesting character, and what he does in some of the later episodes, it definitely helps solidify him as a pretty interesting character. You know, Hope, I'll admit she was kind of annoying me a little bit in the first half of season 2, but she got better. Felix didn't really do much in season 2. He was kind of more uh, you know, pushed to the background. And then there was Huck. Huck was really good this season. You know what I mean? She definitely got better as a character. And not only that, but you know what I mean? She's just like crazy with, you know, playing both sides. And then there's Jadis. Obviously, you guys know I cannot stand Jadis's haircut. Jadis's haircut is just terrible. This whole bob cut thing she has is just terrible. Hey, Rowdy.
Bud, what's up?
Hey, man. Just talking about World Beyond Season 2. Also, might talk a little bit about Fear Season 7.
Yeah. Fear season 7. Gotta say, pretty trash. Roll Beyond season 2. It's okay, I guess.
Yeah, how is this stream for you? Is it working okay? Because
I haven't watched. Just saw you were in the call, so said to come say hi.
oh, okay. All right. Well, thanks for
Fuck.
stopping by. Are you?
I
Do you have to
can't
go?
stay. I go take a shower. Yeah.
Oh, okay, man. Well, thanks. Take care. All right, guys. That was Rowdy. He has a pretty cool channel. He does a lot of intros for for certain people, I know. And oh, and we have a new caller. Hello, Walker Dead.
How you doing?
Good, good. I I'm trying to I guess restart the streams. Connection has been going. I don't know if on your end if it looks okay, but I'm hoping that my stream is, you know, no buffering. You know what I mean? It's clear audio and clear visuals. You know what I mean? Because in the past, I mean, like I had so many problems with my streams because, well, like I'm using a different program now, so hopefully it works out. And oh yeah, so this is interesting. Okay, yeah, Walker Dead. So, 1 second. I want to try something.
Yeah, sure. We definitely got to talk about. I mean, I don't know if you want. I don't know if you want to do the stream, but we definitely got to talk about. You know, Lenny James and Alicia McCare leaving the show
Yeah. Are you watching the stream right now, or are you on Discord?
on Discord.
Oh, so you're only seeing it through Discord?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you think of this scene? So hold on. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. So it's really quick, but yeah, this is the scene where it happens. Okay, so hide. So do you see my screen?
Yeah, it says join stream. It says stream started. Get in here.
Okay. Ooh, yeah. Obviously I muted the audio because I cannot. There's not a lot I can do. Like I don't want to get copyright strike or something like that. But ooh, that was nasty.
Mm-hmm.
And then here we have. Okay, you're gonna. Ooh, that was a nasty one. But okay, Liquid Hope. This is the big moment from episode 9, or one of the big moments. Okay, you ready? Okay, it's about to come.
Uh-huh.
Yep, there it is. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, that is just crazy. I mean, the fact that World Beyond actually said it, and they got away with it. It's definitely crazy, but I mean, it's kind of understandable too, because I mean, like World Beyond can. I don't know why. Is it just because it's not the main show? You know what I mean, or whatever? But the fact that no one's talking about that. You know what I mean? It's like really, you know, like that's like that was pretty cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know, man. I feel like people are too hard on World Beyond. Uh, they're expecting way too much. If they think we're gonna get any Rick appearance, like come on, like we're not even getting him in the main show after like 2-3 years. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like it's just it doesn't make sense. It'll be in like, and the thing is that Rick kind of can't appear because he's not in the research facility or in that area. You know what I mean? And also I don't understand why people think that we're going to see Michonne in the post-credit scene, because Michonne, she's still in Alexandria in this point. So right now, the characters fun fact, the characters right now in World Beyond, they're about 10 years and then 6-7 weeks into the apocalypse. So like they're like, it's like around, it's around the same time as like season 9, right after Rick was taken, after that 6-year time skip, when Michonne met Magna and them. Like this is like the same time as that. But people forget that. They think that World Beyond is taking place the same time as season 11, that Michonne already left, and then they're like, oh, what if she comes across the characters in the post-credit scene? And it doesn't make any sense, because at this point, the characters only just met the Whisperers in the timeline. Like, there's still a whole year that needs to pass. Because in the show, we had those 2 time skips. After Henry died, we had the winter, and then the winter was over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you okay, yeah. So I definitely want to hear your thoughts about how World Beyond and Fear are going right now. Like, if you had to compare them, what kind of things you did like or didn't like about Fear or World Beyond? Like, what are they that have been happening lately? So.
What I did like about World Beyond is you have Hope, who is this, in my opinion, this amazing character, being like, listen, we gotta get out of the CRM. We can't be here. These people can't be trusted. That's what I liked about World Beyond. And what I don't like about Fear is in one of the promos, and I kid you not, you have Morgan. You got Morgan calling Strand via phone, and I'm like, first off, the phones in that area shouldn't work because the technology is pretty much gone at this point, and 2, the radiation. So that's why, in my opinion, that shouldn't work. And plus, Morgan calling Strand for help makes no sense, because throughout all the teasers we saw for Fear season 7A, they were trying to build up Morgan versus Strand, and that scene in a promo just messes that up. That's what I don't like about Fear.
Yeah, I agree.
As of right now.
Yeah, that would be like, the characters needing help from the CRM when they're literally the antagonists in season 2, and like, you don't do that in a story. You don't have the characters, you don't have the main protagonist needing the villain's help for something like, oh, my baby is sick. You know what I mean? Like, in stories where the hero and protagonist join together, it has to be for an even greater threat. And it's like, really, just because his baby is, sick, little Morgan, like, that is just poor writing right there.
I know, right? It's stupid writing, and I don't like that, because I'm like, really, you're gonna have that in your episode? And that's why I said it before, and I'll say it again. It makes no sense. Like, bruh.
Yeah. And so, like, for World Beyond, do you think that if you had to make some death predictions, like, who do you think are gonna die by the end of season 2? Like, which characters or character do you think will be dead?
I think Will will. I think either Will or Felix could die. Huck could die. Elton at this point has to die, because I just don't see him being in the movies. Silas. The only way I see Silas dying is if he saves, like, say, Hope or somebody else. Iris. I mean that's why I say Silas is 50-50. But with Iris, she's gonna die 100% because you even said it yourself. People have to die.
I mean, I did say that, but I didn't say it has to be any of the kids, or it can't be too many of the CRM side either. So like we can't lose um Huck, Jadis, and Elizabeth. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna have to. We need some of those characters for the movies. So I will say that I definitely could see Huck dying, and then I don't know. I could see Huck and Jadis actually dying, and then we see them in the first Rick movie, but they're not going to be in the second and third one because Elizabeth and General Beale are going to be the main villains in those. Hold on, man. One second. I'm sorry about this. I'll be right back.
Yeah, me too. I gotta go to some real quick too.
Okay, hold on, guys. The stream's not ending. Just taking a quick minute break. All day and yesterday, and now you want me to vacuum the house again. Forget it. All right, guys, I'm back. Um, so like, what world be on? Let me think about this. Okay, what's a good scene? Oh yeah, Pollyann McIntosh is so good as Jadis. Like, I'm not kidding, guys. She is a fantastic actress. I mean, seriously. Um, okay, so this is one of my favorite scenes from the episode, and I'm trying to. So yeah, yes, guys, I have AMC Plus. Okay, so obviously I cannot tell you guys what is happening. I mean, I can tell you guys what's happening, but I cannot play the audio. You know what I mean? Because of copyright reasons. Like, I don't want to get you know what I mean, copyright strike or something like that. But I do like this line from Iris where she says, "You didn't give us a choice," and you know what I mean. Jay is like, "You didn't even know the world before," and Iris is just saying, "You murdered 100,000 people." So basically, we get this line from Jadis. It turns out that the CRM, they basically say that the reason they did all this was because of resources. She mentioned that the military has to make the hard choices because the civilians will never do it. But here's the thing: she mentioned that a modeling calendar for like the resources that Portland and Omaha, Campus Colony, all of the communities were just too reliant on the CRM. And I was just thinking, like, I think that's partially true, but she said it was 2 years ago, and she said that it will happen soon. So I'm just thinking, like, okay, wait a minute, because like we still see the CRM have plenty of resources. So I don't really understand how that works in a way. And yeah, so I guess what I'm trying to say is that basically, I feel like the CRM is not just doing this for resources, but like they're also doing it for control. You know what I mean? That is one of the things that the CRM is trying to do. They're trying to fight for, for control of the world. You know what I mean? And one second, hold on. Did it work correctly? Oh wow, didn't even show it. How's that even possible? Oh, that is weird. That is so weird. It didn't even show any of that. Okay. Um, one second, guys. Platform is pretty simple. One second, guys. Open the menu. Settings. Output. Okay, hold on, guys. Settings, output. Um, okay, let's try this. Did that just work? Video resolution. 1 second. Is not optional. Okay, that is kind of weird. Walker Dead is okay. So yeah, so like for World Beyond is just honestly, it's just absolutely amazing how they have been changing this season. I mean, like I'm just gonna tell you guys, World Beyond is doing some great things. Okay, first off, World Beyond has given us a lot of CRM, more CRM than we ever got in Fear in the main Walking Dead show. You know what I mean? Like way more than both of those shows combined. So I will applaud World Beyond for that. And not just that, but World Beyond also has done some pretty interesting teenage characters. You know what I mean? Characters like, let's be honest, in the Walking Dead main show and Fear, teenage characters have pretty much been terrible. You know what I mean? Carl in the Walking Dead main show was not a terrible character, but he definitely did not live up to expectations thanks to Gimple and his writing. But, you know what I mean? And Enid was kind of a tough character to get used to. And Henry had some fans, but not really. Beth was definitely one of the more popular teenage characters. And with Fear, Alicia was 17 when the apocalypse started, so she was definitely one of the more popular teenage characters. She is not currently a teenage character because she is now 21, but basically what I'm trying to say is that like characters like Charlie, who are a teenager, those type of characters just are not interesting. You know what I mean? World Beyond, I will say like World Beyond characters are better than the majority of Fear characters. You know what I mean? Like besides Alicia and Dwight, you know what I mean? There's only a few characters in Fear that are better than World Beyond characters, like Alicia, Morgan, I guess, and then Dwight, and like those are pretty much it. I would say. Like everyone else in Fear is just in a way inferior to the characters in World Beyond because, like hear me out. Like characters like Sarah, Wendell, Charlie, Luciana. You know what I mean? Those are all terrible characters. All of them. Strand, terrible character. I mean, it's just like they really are. You know what I mean? And it's just there's no defending what Fear has done with the whole nuke storyline. It definitely did not live up to expectations, and the whole bottle episodes is just wrong. Whereas in World Beyond, we can clearly see that they use characters every single episode, which is very interesting. All right, so check the video resolution. 1 second, guys. I need to do something real quick. Change. Launch OBS settings. Okay, guys, hold on a second. I'm gonna fix the stream again. Corner OP, select the video. Video. Wait, what? 1 second. Base canvas. I have no idea what this even means. Next one, output scaled. Output scaled. Yeah, it says 1082. Choose a perfect aqueduct. Okay. Yeah, if you guys don't know, I've been taking more time with my streams, trying to fix them. And yeah, it definitely hasn't been easy. But I will say that They're getting better, but it's not the same. Okay. So for characters, I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna say this right now. I don't understand why people think that the characters in World Beyond are going to die, like all of them. I understand that we lost Percy in episode 9, but oh hey Chosen. Hey Chosen. Do you want to join? Do you want to join the chat on Discord? You can join if you want. Also, how's the stream? Does it sound okay? I just want to know if it sounds okay. Yeah. Stop streaming. Start recording. Didn't I already do that? Yeah, Chosen. If you have any questions, just let me know. Yeah, if you have any questions, just please let me know. Don't be afraid to ask. And yeah, man, I definitely want to hear what your thoughts were on this episode. You know what I mean? How? Oh wait, I already saw your reviews actually, but never mind. Hey Epic. Hey man, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good.
Awesome. Have you been watching? I know you don't watch Fear, but have you been watching World Beyond?
Me personally, I'm just waiting for the main show to come back.
Oh, okay. Let me think. Oh yeah. Well, Epic. They did say there was going to be a post-credit scene in the finale of World Beyond season 2. If they did a post-credit scene, how would you like them to end World Beyond to like kind of tie into like the main show or the movies?
Probably with Rick.
Yeah, I do too, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. Chosen says the stream's fine. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that, Chosen. And yeah, man, like I said, if you have any questions, please ask. And yeah, man, I definitely want to hear your thoughts on, some of the things I said that like, World Beyond is kind of, in a way right now, it's better than Fear because Fear has had so many bad seasons and season 7 is just, like the latest episode's not terrible, but it is definitely lacking. You know what I mean? Fear season 7 is just really bad, but like with World Beyond, it's just a lot better.
The one thing I don't like about Fear is I just wish that show was I wish that show was more consistent.
Yeah, Fear is very inconsistent because in season 7 we clearly see how they have this whole radiation thing, but you have the characters who are constantly like, okay, so like Strand's sub is only Morgan's sub is only 1 like mile away from Strand's tower, and yet Strand is like completely fine. Like there's clean air and everything. There's no radiation at all in Strand's like area, but in Morgan's area or any other time, it's like there's lots of radiation, and it makes no sense because like it's just really annoying. And also the characters, even though they're constantly getting radiation poisoning, realistically, none of the characters like look like they're getting sick or anything. You know what I mean? Like they're not gonna have any characters die from it, and I don't know. Characters are just acting really stupid now. You know what I mean? They're doing stupid things for the sake of plot, and there's a lot of coincidences or characters finding something. You know what I mean? Like Morgan and Grace need food, and they just so happen to find some under the floor of the sub where they've been like for the last 2 months. And then you have John Sr. finding that Sydney's body like in a wall when he was like just about to give up or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just there's a lot of coincidences. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm back, and yeah, I agree with what you just said. There's so many coincidences, and I'm like, bro, and I'm like, unbelievable. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, bro. I mean, that's one of the things I dislike about Fear the Walking Dead, the TV show version, is they have so much coincidence, and they have so much stuff that are just obvious, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, that's the one thing I can't stand about Fear is right now it's just way too all over the place for me.
It really is, because like we got like okay, so like we had um Morgan and Grace, you know what I mean, dealing with their own stuff. Like it's just weird. Like Strand's the villain, and then these radiated people are villains, and then we have the stalkers, and then we have uh Dwight and Sherry, coming across these people, and it turns out they're Alicia's group, and then it also turns out that she actually is not Padre. You know what I mean? The group in Padre is just that she's going to there, and I'm just thinking like, oh, plus the CRM, and I'm just like, there's just too many groups right now.
Like would it kill AMC to put some damn consistency in their shows?
Yeah, I don't understand what Fear is doing right now as far as a direction, because right now you have Morgan who I'm just gonna say it, like in episode 7 they had walkers being catapulted to a building, and then you have Morgan who like puts little Morgan in danger. He actually like poisons Strand in the building and tries to kill him when they have his baby, and it's just, I don't know, just it feels weird.
Can you tell me who Little Morgan is?
The baby.
Oh, the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, all jokes aside, like not to anybody out, but all jokes aside, I'm sorry, but let's be honest here. And yes, I'm going to bring this up in stream and on camera. That it's no secret that Alicia Denman Carey is going to leave Fear the Walking Dead because, and yes, we have talked about this, and yes, I am going to bring it up. Alicia Denman Carey has been cast on another show. And that show is coming in 2022, mind you. 2022! With a total of 7 episodes. And she's going to play the main character of that show. So, those who are saying or assuming that Alicia's going to be in season 8 of Fear, I'm sorry, but for her to film both shows, it's not possible at this point. Because, and yes, I'm going to bring this example up. Some people used to say that, Lauren Cohan can film both Whiskey Cavalier and The Walking Dead, but that was proven false because Whiskey Cavalier was filming in other locations. She couldn't come back to film The Walking Dead, and that's a perfect example.
Exactly.
I definitely agree because 2022 is like right around the corner.
Yeah. Hold on, guys. Chosen says, yeah, World Beyond is doing good right now. Absolutely, man. Like, I love how World Beyond is doing because we have gotten so much CRM. Like, I'll admit, yeah, we're definitely not getting as much Rick as they hyped, but we're definitely getting like plenty of CRM. Like they didn't fulfill that promise. I will say that. And Chosen also says radiation is a myth in Fear. Yeah, exactly. Remember how worried we all were in season 5 when Grace came in and then she said there's radiation going on. And remember how Alicia killed that radiated walker, and we were all like, oh my goodness, is Alicia gonna die or something like that. You know what I mean? Remember how terrified we all were. And then you know what I mean? But then in the mid-season finale, we saw her, take that shower. And then we were like, okay, she's good. But then we still had people in the second half of season 5 saying, oh, maybe Alicia still might die. You know what I mean? And and then in season 6 and then season 7, like we're clearly seeing it. Radiation is not like, do you remember what happened? How, remember in season 6, how Grace said that, Morgan, if you go in that room, you're going to die. Like, you know what I mean? In the sub, because it was so radiated. But Morgan's like, if we all die from the nukes, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And yet you have Morgan going in. They stopped Teddy and Riley from launching all the nukes, but they still launched the 10 warheads. And nothing happened with that. Like, it has been 2-3 months since that scene from season 6 where Morgan went in the sub and in that contaminated room. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand. Hold on, Epic. Like, you know what I mean, guys? Like, I don't understand why a character would say, no, if you go in there, if you do this, you will die. And the characters do it. You know what I mean? They try to make you think that character will sacrifice himself. But the thing is, realistically, they should die. You know what I mean? It's
Yes, and I agree with that, because if I was writing the story myself, I would have all these people die. And in my opinion, it's just so unrealistic as to why you're not having all these people die in the first place. It's like, bruh. Like, for example, Wendell. Can someone please explain to me how he's alive? Can please someone explain to me how he's alive? Because realistically, he's supposed to be dead at this point.
I can't.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, go ahead, Epic.
That's like the one thing I don't like about Fear is the fact that it's just inconsistent. It's sloppy. Nothing makes sense. Just my opinion overall, Fear is a mess.
It is. Fear doesn't. My goodness, Fear is having an identity crisis because, like, let's look at what Fear does. Fear went from, they did more of the East Coast stuff than, the Walking Dead main show. They had the characters traveling to Mexico, and it was like, okay, I can see how Fear is good, because it's like, okay, it's different from The Walking Dead. But then in season 4, we get this whole Texas feel, and, the whole Morgan taking over, hijacking the show, and we get, like, the whole Texas cowboy things for seasons 4, 5, and 6. You know what I mean? And now we get this whole radiation thing, and I just don't understand what Fear is trying to be. You know what I mean? Like, does it want to be, just anything it wants to be? Is it just trying to make itself fresh with new ideas? Because I don't like it, because it's so inconsistent. Like, we go 3 whole seasons of the whole cowboy stuff, and then all of a sudden, boom, we're just immediately in this whole radiation storyline. Like, there was no transition.
Okay, like, I don't know why. I just find it crazy how The Walking Dead's, like, final season 11, has had much more of a smoother, clearer path than Fear has right now.
I agree. The main show has that. It definitely has that, but I will say budget-wise, maybe it's not doing as good as Fear. But, like, for World Beyond, I will say this. I will say that Fear is doing a better job with its budget than Walking Dead. You know what I mean? I will say that. But as far as the storytelling, like, yeah, season 11 is better. But as far as overall right now, I gotta be honest with you guys. Like, season 2 of World Beyond is just amazing, because they not only are properly maintaining the budget, they're having all the characters that need to be in every episode. You know what I mean? Like we don't go 4-7 episodes without seeing this one character in World Beyond. No, they're showing everyone almost every single episode for the most part. You know what I mean? Like, there's only a few.
That's another thing that I don't like about season 7 of Fear is the fact that we've had, like, no Alicia.
And get this, and I'm not to kind of bite you off, but in the Fear the Walking Dead season 6 premiere and in the Fear the Walking Dead season 6 finale, there's no Alicia. Like, we don't see Alicia at all. The main character they focus, other than Alicia, is Morgan. And in my opinion, that's bad. That's bad. I'm sorry. That's so bad.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah?
So Fear season 7, has there been, like, no Alicia?
I will say that Alicia is finally back. But we don't know for how long, because Walker Dead did have a good point. And we should talk about this. Guys, I have a feeling that he might be right. Like, look what happened with Corey Hawkins. He couldn't film both 24 and Walking Dead. Lauren Cohan could not film both Whiskey Cavalier and Walking Dead. The actress for Connie, she couldn't do the Eternals and Walking Dead at the same time. Denai Guerrero couldn't do Walking Dead and Black Panther at the same time. Like, this is crazy. I don't know how, but somehow Walking Dead characters really, and I mean just really, cannot even do another movie or another show at the same time as Walking Dead. I'm not sure how scheduling is, but looks like we have Dan here. Hey Dan.
Yeah, hey Brian. Hey Brian.
Yeah, Vic?
I just gotta say that if Fear loses Alicia, then the show is definitely doomed.
Yeah.
The show is going to lose Alicia no matter what, because nobody's talking about this. Alicia Carey is going to be on a new show coming next year. And I'm like, well, at this point, just end Fear with season 7 of Fear. Just end Fear with season 7.
Well, like,
what do you think?
Like once Alicia, like, if they kill her off, then the show's done for.
Okay, guys, let's let Dan talk. So thanks for coming, Dan.
No problem, man. Haven't been on one of these for a while, and I saw you were streaming, so I'm like, all right, we'll join.
Thanks, man.
Hey, Dan.
What's up, dude?
So I saw you did a evolution character video for Mr. Leahy from Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, well, as you know, us Canadians love that show, so yeah. And I saw your suggestion for Ricky, so I'm actually considering doing that one as well at some point.
Hey, Dan.
What's up?
I know this is off topic for the stream, but are you a fan of Jurassic Park?
Yeah. I mean, depends, obviously, but Jurassic Park, yeah, it's definitely a good franchise, I'd say.
Yeah. Dan, I wanted to ask you this question really quick. I know it's a little off topic, but will you consider checking out season 1 of my Zombie Apocalypse series coming next year?
I have not seen too much about it, but once it comes out, I'll definitely give it a watch. Yeah.
Sounds great.
Hey, Dan.
What's up?
Like me personally, one of the main reasons why I haven't been watching season 7 of Fear I'm sorry, it's just way too all over the place for me. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm gonna be honest about one thing. I don't think season 7 of Fear is that good of a season. Like, it just, the problem is the radiation. It just is to a point where when I see it on screen, it's just visually not appealing. It's awful. I'm sorry. It's abysmal to look at.
Oh, it's ugly. I'll take the freaking gray filter over this crap.
Agreed.
Yeah, but Dan, real quick, I wanted to ask you this question. Do you think it's a high possibility that Alicia Carey is going to leave Fear the Walking Dead in season 7 due to her being in a new show coming next year?
Well, it all depends on the timing of when that show films, because if they can work out the schedule, then maybe she'll still be fine. But at the same time, I hate to say this, they can't keep having Alicia, she leaves for like a season or a half season. She comes back just for a little bit. She comes, like, you either keep her on for good or you kill her off. I hate to say, like, you got to pick one here. You really do.
To be honest, I hate to say it, wouldn't miss her.
Well, I'm just saying, like, they need to stop with this back and forth thing. Like, if she doesn't have time to film, but this is the thing, is that it's like, now Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead's moving to Georgia and all that. It's just, I don't know, it's such a mess right now.
And Dan, get this. The Alicia Carey's new show, and this is a fact because I told Brian this. I found out that the new show Alicia Carey is going to be filming, the Last Flowers of Our Heart. They confirmed that they're going to film in Australia, and Australia is where Alicia Carey lives. Australia is not in the United States.
Like I said, it all depends on when they film it, really. But if it's too time consuming for her to be in both, then you may be onto something there, honestly. Never know.
Hey Dan.
What's up?
One of the reasons why I'm concerned about that new show is the fact that, like, apparently it's going to be releasing in 2022, and 2022 is right around the corner.
Yeah, this is the thing, right? Is that it's like, but then you look at the other side of things, and then you've got Alicia, the actress, is directing an episode in the second half. So I'm like, okay, well, is that, like, it's like she's so into Fear, though, to where she's directing an episode. I'm like, I don't know. Part of me feels like they're just going to try to balance out the time, but I mean, I guess we'll see.
Hey,
In my opinion, if they
man.
do try to balance the times, I just don't think it's going to work because, like, for example, look at with Lauren Cohan. Like, she couldn't film both The Walking Dead and Whiskey Cavalier because Whiskey Cavalier was filming in different locations, as I just stated. That's why I have fear with Alicia that she's not going to be able to come back to Fear, even if they do come to some kind of agreement. Because with Fear, if they're going to be going to Georgia, that's in the United States, and I don't know if the actress that plays Alicia wants to do the back and forth thing with going to the United States just to film a few episodes of Fear, and then to go all the way back to her hometown just to film some more episodes of her new show. I don't know.
Walker
It all
Dead.
depends, right?
Hey, Walker Dead, are you excited for season 3 of World Gone Mad?
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that.
Man, wasn't the finale amazing? 212.
Hey, Dan.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, guys. Sup, Epic?
And the thing about Fear is we have no clue when season 8 is going to start.
If I had to make that prediction, I mean, obviously 7B is in the spring. This is what I kind of hope for, and this is at least just my opinion on this. I think 11B, obviously, we know that's going to be February. I think 7B will be in April type time range. Then I think this is what I would do personally. In the summer, I would have Tales as kind of our main thing. And then in the fall, do us a favor one last time and have one last October time for The Walking Dead. Have 11C be in October. Yeah, sounds crazy. I would push season 8 of Fear until 2023. So Walking Dead can get one last fall time slot. Honestly, that's what I'd do.
And I agree with that 100% because The Walking Dead. Let's be honest here. After The Walking Dead season 11C, that's it for The Walking Dead TV show. That's it.
Yeah, and me personally, Fear the Walking Dead, it better end at season 8. I would be.
If it's gonna get epic. Real quick, not to cut you off, but if Fear the Walking Dead does get a season 8, which I don't see how they're gonna do it, because if you have, here's the thing: if Lenny James wants to leave Fear to go back to The Walking Dead season 11, like B or C, and you have Alicia Diamond Carey who wants to leave to do her other show, then here's the thing though: how are you going to have a Fear season 3 without Alicia, who's the last Clark, and Morgan, who was supposed to be the lead character of Fear at this point? So how are you going to have a Fear season 8 without those two? I even said this myself. You could bring back Madison, but at this point, it wouldn't make any sense, and there will be no meaning to it, because even if they do bring back Madison in Fear season 8, Madison will still be like, "Where's my kids?"
Well, you know what I can't stand about the whole Madison situation? This is the problem I've had with it since the jump, is that you're sitting there like, yeah, Madison can return, and Ian and Andrew say, we didn't see a dead body, but in 4B, after they killed off Madison, so to speak, Ian and Andrew literally said, because fans asked them, it's like, oh, is Madison dead? And what did Ian and Andrew say? They were like, yeah, we didn't want to show it because we felt it'd be a little disrespectful. But then now all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, she could be alive. She could be. In my opinion, call me crazy, I think they're doing it for views. I'm going to be fully honest. I don't think that...
They are, because get this. I kid you not. In one of the promo teasers, Madison's talking with Morgan, and she says to Morgan, "There's a reason why I sent Dwight and Sherry to go and find you." And I'm like, oh my God. So you're telling me you're going to pull a 180, but only this time you're going to go back to them teasing, oh, Madison's going to come back? Bro, you already did that the whole season of Fear season 6, so why are you going to do it again now, all of a sudden? I'm like, bro, what is this?
Oh, I'm calling it. They're not going to do it.
That's what I was talking about earlier, saying that Fear the Walking Dead is just all over the place. Nothing makes sense.
No, it doesn't, because get this. You have all these groups, and I kid you not. And Brian can back me up on this. You got the Stalkers, that's one group. You got Alicia's group, that's the second group. You got Morgan's group, that's third. Strand's group is fourth. And then you got CRM, which is fifth. And then you got Padre, that's the sixth group. And then you got a seventh group with somebody else. That's why I say there's too many groups. And Brian can back me up on this, because they are. And it's so frustrating and aggravating. And I'm like, bro, what is this?
Hey, Brian.
What if, Walker Dead, like, what if, like, in your reboot series, instead of, like, Padre, you do, like, Madre, like, mother instead of father?
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, Vic.
Like, that's one of the main problems I had with season 7 of the main show. Gimple introduced way too many groups, way too many communities, and that's probably why it was so disliked for people. It was just, I'm sorry, it was overwhelming.
Yeah, that's basically season 7 of Fear in a nutshell, right there. Like, oh, here's this group. Oh, here's this group. But wait, that's the villain. Oh, wait, no, that character's the villain. It's like, guys, pick a lane and stick to it for a bit. Like, let us get adjusted to a story here.
I know, right? Because let's be fair here. Like, not to cut anybody off, but let's be fair here. They have Strand as the main villain in Fear season 7A, and I know, Dan, you probably like him as a villain, but let's be honest here. What did he really do besides him playing golf and him saying like, I built this from the ground up? Like, what did he really do? Because like Brian said, and I will agree with him on this, Strand didn't show us anything about his way. Like, I'm like, okay, Strand's like this main villain / anti-hero at this point, and I'm like, okay, if you want to show us your way of life and your way of doing things, show us your way. Like, don't show. I'm like, okay, we saw Madison's way, we saw Morgan's way, and Alicia's way. Show us your way. Show us what you're willing to do. And they're not doing that in Fear season 7.
Man,
and that's one thing.
Guys.
That's one thing I hated about season 7 of the main show is I'm sorry, it just had way too many communities.
I'm going to be honest about Victor Strand. Honestly, I don't even think Victor Strand is supposed to, like, yeah, okay, fine, villain. You want to say, oh, him versus Morgan. You know what I think this is? I think this is who has the bigger balls here. I'm serious. I think that's all this freaking storyline is. It's literally, oh, I'm better than you, Morgan. Oh, Morgan, yeah, I'm going to come after you. Oh, I'm going to do things better than you. I'm not going to hurt any of your people. I'm just a better leader. Like, it's the game of who's the better leader. It's not even a threat at this point. It's just a dumb game.
Hey, Brian. Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
Like, do you agree with me that season 7 of Fear and season 7 of the main show are actually very similar with having way too many communities and characters?
Yeah, it's quite clear that the Walking Dead shows, like, now, like, twice in a row now, cannot really do a good season 7 because they have too many characters, too many groups. They stretch out the season into bottle episodes, and it's really confusing because we can't follow the plot at all. Like, Strand, like, I want to ask this, Dan. Like, episode 7 wasn't bad, but I don't understand with the whole stalkers thing. Like, okay, so like, stalkers were defeated off screen in this episode, and then Morgan actually poisoned Strand. Like, even though little Morgan is also in the community or in the tower with him. I don't know. It just, does that feel weird to you?
Well, I'm gonna be honest about one thing. Partly yes and partly no. This is kind of what I would say. The whole thing with, like, them defeating the stalkers off screen, I actually agree. That is, like, okay, like, really, we could have seen something there instead of just words. Like, we could have actually seen it go down. The part I agree with, though, or like the part I kind of understand what they did. Morgan trying to kill Strand, I actually can't blame him, just because it's like, okay, yeah, Strand tried to kill you. He's trying to take your people from you. He's not letting you, like, honestly, if I was Morgan, yeah, you're darn right I'd try to kill Strand. I'd be like, dude, you tried to kill me. You're trying to take my people. Screw you. I'm gonna poison you, and if you die, so be it. But honestly, the stalker thing, however, I agree. That was very, very weird.
Hey, Dan.
What's up?
Like, do you still think that Strand will, like, die by the season 7 finale?
Depending on if they stick to the villain role with him, which from what I can tell they are. So I would lean more in the direction of yes, but at the same time, who's going to be the one to kill him? I think they're setting up Alicia for that, but I guess we'll have to see.
In my opinion, if it's not Danielle that kills Strand, I feel like that's going to be I feel like that's going to be a slap in the face because don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with Alicia killing Strand, but with Daniel versus Strand, they have been having that since like season 1 to 2, where you had this rivalry between Strand and Daniel, and if Daniel doesn't somewhat, I don't know, like kill him in some way, then that's not going to pay off. That's just going to be another rip off from Ian and Andy.
Because yeah, if they kill Strand and then Alicia leaves, we'll literally be down to only like one season 1 character being Daniel.
Which I'm going to be honest about one thing. Daniel from season 1 and all the way till now, man, that character's gone downhill. Like, I'm sorry, that character, and this is what I would love, because it would be genius and it would be something actually good. You know, you think like, oh, Daniel, like he doesn't remember anything. He's really weak now. He's not doing anything. Like, what's going on with this character? Like, this character, man, there's nothing going on with him anymore. The character's practically useless. And then they flip it around and it's like, wait a sec. He actually is going to kill Strand. He actually is the badass, and they bring that back. Because I'm going to be honest right now, I am mad disappointed with Daniel. I think they've failed on that character.
Well, let's be honest here. Ian and Andy, who were show running the season and writing half of the season, that's their fault because they're the showrunners in charge. They're the one in charge of the characters and making them better. But with Ian and Andy, when it comes down to them writing characters like Daniel and Alicia and Strand, and yes, I am going to say it, Morgan and all the other characters like Sarah and Charlie and Althea, I'm like, bro, your writing for these characters are not good and not dumb and not like, they're just not good. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Walker Dead, but that's one of the reasons why I love Angela Kang is because Gimple, you know, like what he did to Daryl in season 8, Eugene season 8, and all the characters in season 8, Angela Kang fixed a lot of them in season 9.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but you have to understand as well, Angela Kang also killed off characters that weren't supposed to die yet. Like, for example, Dante wasn't supposed to die yet. Henry wasn't supposed to die. I feel like his death, along with Ian's death in Walking the TV series, was stupid. Same with Carl's death. Wasn't supposed to die. Carl wasn't supposed to die. So I think with Angela Kang, yes, she has, I will commit this right now. She has done a lot of good, but she has done a lot of mistakes. Like for characters like Laura, the way she died, it was ridiculous. Like, really, you're gonna die like that and not have it be more, like, you know, memorable? Because mind you, a lot of people loved Laura as a character, and Angela Kang just got rid of her like it was nothing. That death was terrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey Dan, do you agree with what I said that Angela Kang fixed a lot of the characters that Gimple ruined?
Thing is, right, is that it's like, while I would love to agree, and I think in season 9, for the most part, she did, because Daryl in season 9 got a lot better, a lot of the characters got a lot better, I'd say. Problem is, though, you guys know, I mean, I'm not even going to go into this, because I feel like I've already said this 1,000 times. I am one of the people that thinks that Angela Kang mad failed on the Reapers. I think it started as a really good story, something really creepy, like, oh, they're going after our characters, they're hunting them down, they're throwing knives just when they're able to take a breather, like, stuff like that. Man, you know, you've got yourself a good group of villains. The problem is, Pope is a character, and I'm sure, you know, maybe some people actually like him. I thought Pope was an absolute joke. I thought he was a terrible villain. And honestly, he weighed down the Whispers a lot, or the Reapers a lot for me, because beforehand, I was like, oh my God, these villains are really, really like, they're tough and they're really dangerous. As soon as Pope came in, I started laughing. I'm going to be honest.
I know, right? Like, I agree with you, Dan, because let's be honest here. I mean, with Pope, if they changed his look a little bit, just a little bit, and made him more menacing, I do believe fans would have been like, wow, this is actually a pretty good character. Maybe not a good villain, but a pretty interesting character for sure. And I feel like Angela Kang failed at that. That's why I'm hoping for your Walking Dead rewrites, like after you're done with the Commonwealth story. That's why I'm hoping you do Pope and the Reapers justice, because in my honest opinion, when they killed off Pope in the way that they did, I was honestly pissed off, because I wanted to see Pope seeing Maggie and meeting other characters, like, for example, Negan and Father Gabriel. I wanted that interaction, but we just didn't get that. That's why I said it before, and I'll say it again. Pope, in my opinion at least, was killed too soon because they gave the villain role to Leah, which in my opinion, that pissed me off even more because Leah, from when we first met her, was never like that. So I understand why they were doing her like that. And in my opinion, Pope was just wasted as a character, in my opinion, because there was so much you could have done with him. Literally, so much you could have done with him. And I was so disappointed.
Well, I'll tell you what they did with the Reapers, and honestly, this is the simple truth about them. They are a waste of time, if you ask me. Like I said, do I want them to be a waste of time? Did I actually think they had a good start from season 10C all the way up to 1104? Yeah, they were actually a pretty intriguing group. I must admit. Problem is, from 1104 to 1108, like the group, all of a sudden now. Oh wait, no, now they're not wearing their masks. Okay, so we're gonna pretend like that didn't happen. Yeah, Leah, yeah, she says, oh, these people they're like my family, yet you're gonna help Daryl kill one of them. Okay, that's smart. Like there's no consistency here. They're just doing whatever they want. I'm gonna be honest about one thing. Season 11, I know a lot of you guys are probably gonna disagree because I know a lot of people say like, oh, Walking Dead 24 episodes. The more episodes, the better. Like the bigger season you have, the better. I cannot stand that because honestly, that is such a cliche when, in my opinion, the final season of Walking Dead would have been so much better with 16 episodes. Yeah, you get less episodes, but guess what? You don't get filler, which is exactly what this group is. It's to fill things out. It's to fill out a half season. So then the Commonwealth can come in when? Well, when they're ready. That's all it is.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Like, I definitely see where you're coming from. But I don't know, in my opinion, like in my honest opinion, if you're gonna have a final season, just the least you can do is not have any filler. But in my opinion, yeah, they shouldn't be no filler. You should have your villains mapped out. Like, okay, for the first half and second half, we're gonna have Pope as a big bad guy, and then for the second half, we're gonna have someone else as a big bad guy. That's something you should already establish as you're writing your final season. And I feel like that's been, thrown out the window.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, hold on, guys. After Epic's question, I was wondering, I'm hoping we can talk about World Beyond for the rest of the stream.
World Beyond's trash though.
Honestly, I'm really enjoying season 2 because Fear. To me, Fear season 7 has been trash. Yeah, go ahead, Epic.
I just wanted to say that from the moment I met him back in season 10, episode 19, I think, like, I'm sorry, but Maze, he looked like a Reaper. He felt like a Reaper. He should have been Pope.
Oh, Robert Patrick playing Pope? Sign me up for that any day, man. Honestly. Like,
yes. Phenomenal. I'm sorry, but Maze should have been the real Pope. Like, imagine this. Like, you have this guy as Pope, and he's telling everybody, like, listen, Pope is not, like, the idea of Pope is not just one person. It's like multiple people. And in my opinion, if they played that out, you would have had something great because you had this person that died, and then you have Robert Patrick's character who took this guy's place as the next Pope. In my opinion, that would have been better.
Okay, like, yeah, Robert Patrick, his character Mace, he felt like a Reaper.
Yes. I don't understand with these people. Why can't you at least have Robert Patrick as your big bad guy for the final season of The Walking Dead season 11? I mean, like, I know Robert Patrick is an expensive actor, but yet in Fear the Walking Dead, the actor that plays John Dora's dad on Fear season 7 is an expensive actor, yet you have him as a series regular for Fear season 7. So that's not really an excuse anymore.
Hey Brian, you agree with that? Hello?
Huh?
Do you agree with what I said that they should have made Pope Robert Patrick's character in episode 19 of season 10.
I definitely. The thing is, it's not the actor's fault, but in terms of the look, I will say that yes, they should have maybe used him more. But I don't know. Like, I guess the actor, absolutely. But the Maze character being Pope, I'm not sure. Because honestly, I kind of feel like Maze was kind of a trash character too. In a way, like, as far as, like, I didn't really understand him that much. You know what I mean? But, okay, so yeah, guys.
Because, like, season 10, episode 17, when that guy said Pope marked you, the first thing I thought that popped up in my mind was, like, Pope is going to be Robert Patrick. It's going to be the same character, Robert Patrick, but then Pope turned out to be Mace, and Pope was
I know, right? I mean, I mean, with Maze, he was wasted. I'm not even kidding you. Like the first time when he says his name to Aaron, Fighter G comes out of nowhere and just wastes him using his own weapon. And I'm like, bro, this is so fucking done. This is ridiculous. That's why I say, and yes, I am gonna say it again, characters like Pope and Maze were wasted. They were wasted.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Pope in season 11, he was an absolute joke.
I mean, the least they could have done was, I don't know, maybe have Maze as the second Pope. Like I just said, like I'm like, okay, don't have Pope as just one character. Have it something different where Pope is like the mental Pope goes to like different characters. Like say if the first Pope dies, it goes to Maze, and Mace becomes the second Pope. Therefore, he becomes the next leader of the Reapers. And in my opinion, that would have been better than what they actually gave us.
So, Brian.
Yeah.
So, has World Beyond season 2 been good?
Absolutely. Let me share my screen with you guys. Let me know if you can see it. But okay. So let me know if you can see Jadis.
I can't.
Hold on, Brian. I'll be right back.
Can you see Jadis, Epic?
No.
No.
Hold on. I'll be right back.
No, I can't actually. But I know Jadis has been a big part of season 2 of World Beyond.
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, she has been. 1 second. Why isn't this working?
Like the only thing I don't like about Jadis is how they're making her how she was in season 7 of the main show. Just annoying.
Yeah, Jadis. I will say that World Beyond season 2 is amazing. Like, it's better than Fear season 7, and in a way, I'm kind of it's up there with The Walking Dead season 11 as far as how good it is, because you know what I mean, like, because it's something new, it's fresh, and I'll be honest with you, the writing is more consistent with, you know what I mean, like World Beyond writing, whereas in The Walking Dead season 11 the writing wasn't really consistent. But obviously, The Walking Dead main show, we have better, I would say we have better characters overall, but in terms of World Beyond, the characters are definitely better in World Beyond than in Fear.
And speaking of World Beyond, apparently I heard that the Rick movies are supposed to start filming in spring 2022.
Yeah, that's true. Wait, so you really can't see my screen?
No.
Change windows. That is weird.
So if they're starting
Really?
filming in spring of next year, then maybe by summer or fall of next year we'll have the first movie.
Maybe. Hold on. Let me know if you can see it now, Epic. Hold on. Can you see anything now?
No.
Man, how does the sharing screen thing work? It should be working. I don't know why it's not working. Hmm.
And another thing I don't like about Jadis in World Beyond Season 2 is how she stole Father Gabriel's last name.
Stop streaming. Yeah. So the thing is that Jadis, it's pretty clear in World Beyond that she has sold her soul to the CRM, that she doesn't have any more humanity left in her, because like unfortunately you didn't get to see the scene, but it is on YouTube. Jadis has actually completely drank the Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? She is justifying exterminating everyone outside of the CRM for the sake of humanity. Like she actually believes. Yes.
The one thing I'm curious about Jadis is as to what happened to her after she left in that after she left in that helicopter with Rick after saving him.
I think I could be wrong about this. I did mention in my video CRM Explain, I think. I don't know if you saw it. But I believe that Jadis, when she got to the CRM, she was just so amazed by everything that they had before the apocalypse. You know what I mean? Like the CRM, you know what I mean? Their city, Philadelphia. Obviously, we haven't seen it yet in the show 100% World Beyond, except for that small scene in Elizabeth's apartment. But we know they have schools, law, transportation, law, order. I think they also have crazy things. They have restaurants, movie theaters, like all this stuff in the CRM. Like imagine that. Like it's literally like a city once again, but in a zombie apocalypse. Like it has pretty much everything exactly the same. And I think that Jadis has just fallen in love with luxuries and stuff. We saw that. You know what I mean? Jadis, she wants nice things. She wants to look out for herself, number one. And I think that Jadis, kind of similar to Elizabeth, like when she's surrounded by all the stuff that she has, she justifies her horrible actions by, saying that like, well, I have all this stuff because of it. You know what I mean? I don't want to lose it. Like she's, Jadis is very materialistic.
Because I know some time has passed because last time we saw Jadis when she left with Rick, she had like long hair, and now in World Beyond she has like a new haircut.
Yeah, she has this terrible bowl cut hair. It's absolutely terrible. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I think what happened is that Jadis and Rick, when it got to the CRM, she I think that she drank the Kool-Aid, she fell in love with the CRM just because they had nice stuff, whereas Rick didn't. You know what I mean? Like Rick obviously still joined the military, same as Jadis, but the difference is that Rick had something to go back to. He had a family, friends, loved ones, whereas Jadis never did. You know what I mean? She betrayed everyone so many times, and I think that Jadis. Also, I think they said that Jadis loves being on the winning side in a situation, and she believes that the CRM is. Unfortunately, though, it's pretty clear that the CRM is going to be defeated in the final Rick movie. You know what I mean? They're going to be the final boss in the Walking Dead franchise, and when that happens, oh my goodness, Jadis is going to be on the wrong side again. Like, yeah, Jadis is always picking wrong sides.
Yeah, and that's one thing I couldn't stand about her in 7 and 8 is the fact that she kept backstabbing Rick in our group, and then Rick kept going back to her, and then he betrayed him again, and then oh my god.
Oh, that's cool. Chosen says, "Dang it, Jadis told you to stay away from the purple Kool-Aid." Yeah, absolutely.
That's one thing I didn't like about her in 7 and 8. So
yeah, it's just crazy to me that the thing is, Jadis, she's always been this chameleon. You know what I mean? She's always been this. She's whatever she wants to be, and you know what I mean. she's always acting, you know what I mean? She's always looking out for number one. And the thing is, like, so like Rick has a family, you know what I mean? But Jadis never did. She doesn't have anyone. So in a way, that the only thing that she has to lose is her life. If, you know, she fails the CRM, if she goes against them, whatever, it's just her life. Whereas Rick doesn't care about his life, you know what I mean? He cares about other people, and obviously that's kind of that kind of shows how different they are. You know what I mean? Like in season 7 and 8, Jadis, we honestly should have seen signs of it before. I mean, we did in a way. Jadis was always very untrustworthy and always, you know, betraying people. Jadis was always trying to find a way to manipulate or backstab somebody.
Like like in a way, Jadis in World Beyond season 2, she's kind of like Negan if you think about it. The fact that she's like so like all about the CRM, whereas season 7, Negan was all about the saviors.
It's even worse though. The thing is that the CRM is worse than they're worse than the saviors, because because Negan, he wanted to like kind of make you work for him, you know what I mean? You all got to live your life. But for Jadis, and the CRM, they want to eradicate everyone who's not them, you know, to like rebuild the country, you know what I mean? Just establishing complete order, you know what I mean, through genocide. And that makes her worse than Negan. Like, absolutely. I personally believe that makes her even worse than Negan. You know what I mean? Like, she also, really quick, she also tried to, in season 2, she tried to execute a group of women and children, and, you know, saying that they're a threat. And that just shows you how too far gone she is.
You know, like me personally, I'm just hoping that they do the CRM better. You know, like at the end of this whole thing, you know, and don't do what Gimple did in the frickin', you know, season 8 finale where Negan's saviors kept coming out of the woodwork like Pikmin.
I mean, in a way, the thing is that the CRM doing that makes sense, because we know that the CRM, well, they're grouped. We know they have 200,000 humans, but we don't know how big their military is. But it's at least several thousand, I would say, you know, of their soldiers. So it makes a lot of sense why we could see like multiple seasons and movies where they keep killing CRM soldiers, and then you know there's still more, because like the thing with Negan and them, Negan and his group were only supposed to be like 200 people. Like in the comics, that's how big Negan's group were in the comics. They were just like 200 saviors. That was it. The workers, the soldiers, it was all just 200. But in the show, they changed it to 1,000, which was so stupid. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Yeah, that was so bad that they did that in the show. But one thing
Yeah.
I will say, Epic, is that World Beyond, even though sometimes the characters can be irritating, like Iris, I'm not denying it, the actress or the character just doesn't work. I will say that the characters are great in season 2, like Silas, Elton, like all the characters in World Beyond are just very smart. They're making right decisions, and like when they're you know, beating the CRM in certain things, it makes sense because they're smarter than the CRM. You know what I mean? Like Hope's dad, you know, Leo, and the rest of them. They're really good in, you know, making strategies and doing their research. Like they think about everything before they make the plan. Whereas in everything else we've seen in The Walking Dead and Fear in the main show, the characters always just make a plan just randomly. Whereas in World Beyond, we actually see how their plans have multiple stages, and then there's backup plans. Whereas in the main show, obviously, we kind of never really saw that. So the characters in World Beyond are kind of smarter. Yeah, go ahead.
Would you call Felix the Daryl Dixon of World Beyond?
I don't think so. I don't think I can. I really, yeah. I'm sorry. I don't think I can, because from Felix wasn't heavily used in season 2, and I don't know. I mean, he is one of the older characters, but as far as like a Daryl character, I don't know yet if he is, because we have to see if he survives season 2. but I will say that, um, like, I will say that the World Beyond characters are definitely interesting. Like Elton is kind of like the Eugene of World Beyond. Um, Silas is kind of like, he's kind of like a Tyrese of the World Beyond, but honestly, I just feel like he's a better character. You know what I mean?
I
Like
definitely
better.
agree with what you're saying, but I always found Silas to be the Eugene of World Beyond, actually.
Yeah, I guess I meant like Elton is the Eugene in terms of being smart. You know what I mean? But not maybe a strong survivor. Whereas like Silas might be like Tyrese, where he doesn't really want to hurt anyone, but he's like very strong. Hope is I really don't know. Like Hope and Iris, I kind of can't place them.
Me personally, I'd say Hope is similar to Alicia from Fear.
She is, but I prefer Alicia, obviously. But it's just like there is a small thing in World Beyond season 2 that they do where Hope kind of thinks the CRM might not be all bad, but we see that she is actually very wrong about that. Oh my goodness, Chosen says Iris is the Daryl. No, no, she is not. Oh my goodness, Iris is like, I'll be honest with you, Iris is literally the worst character in World Beyond. Like, we have Jadis, who is a villain. You know what I mean? Like, she's a great villain. But I will admit, like, yeah, Iris is the worst character.
Would you say that Iris is the worst character in the entire franchise?
No. Like, I will say if I had to make my list, she's definitely, I would say maybe in top 10, like, as far as worst characters in the franchise. But I don't think she's not as irritating. I don't think she's as irritating as Jared was. I don't think so. Looking back on it, I think she was less irritating than Jared. I'm pretty sure she was. I think Jared will always be the worst character in the Walking Dead franchise. Yeah.
Me personally, I feel that season 7, when Gimple freaking had Jared freaking shoot Benjamin, I feel Gimple just wanted us to. The only reason he did that was to make us just hate Jared.
Yeah, but that was still dumb for so many reasons. There was no logic behind why that happened. Like, there's no explanation for the writing or the characters, like why that happened. Chosen says, I really like the contrast between season 1 and 2. In season 1, Hope is the one saying the CRM are bad, and Iris likes them, while season 2 is reversed. Yeah, I kind of like that too, Chosen. It's just that Iris is just, I don't know if it's the actress or just the character, how she's written, but I just don't understand why every time Iris speaks, it just feels like I have to bang my head against the table because I'm like, oh, why are you doing this? Like Epic. There was a scene in season 2 where she was talking to one of the scientists. So Iris knew that she experimented on human beings, and she kept asking her, how much lines are you willing to cross? But the other characters are like, Iris, stop. You know what I mean? Because they can't let the scientists know, or the CRM know, that they know what they do. You know what I mean? And she was just really giving clues that she knew what she was doing. And I'm like, Iris, I get you're mad. You're justified for being mad, but you can't let her know that you know what she does. You know what I mean?
So how many episodes are left in season 2?
Well, there's 10 episodes, and okay, so it's 10 episodes, and episode 10 is coming out tomorrow morning on AMC Premiere. I have Premiere, so I'm going to watch it tomorrow morning, first thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
So wait, the season is almost actually done, and none of the main kids have died.
None of the 4 kids have died. No, I think it's because they're going to be in the movies.
Oh, okay. Because at first I thought that's very unrealistic. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I don't know.
okay.
I don't know. To me, at least one of them should have died by now.
I mean, several of them have close calls. They were about to kill off Elton, I think, in a certain episode, but they chose not to. So I don't know. I guess they wanted to keep him in longer. Because, like, there's an episode in season 2 where it's like, yeah, Elton was probably going to die right there. Like, no question about it. But they kind of pulled a dumpster, I guess. But I don't know. It's still not bad. Like, I'm not against the kids making it to the movies, except for Iris. Like, I got to be honest. Like, Iris is the only kid of the 4 that I'm like, why is she still alive? Like, like, I don't want to see her in the movies. You know what I mean? Epic, do you think that Jadis could die in World Beyond Season 2? Do you think it's possible that she might die? Because in World Beyond, we have not had a single villain death.
Yeah, me personally, I think she should die just because I think she's overstayed her welcome.
Yeah, and her dying would make room for Elizabeth and Beale in the Rick movies. So if you don't know who Beale is, World Beyond Season 2, they keep mentioning this guy named Major General Beale, and he is in charge of the CRM military. He's the one who ordered all the genocide, the destruction of the communities. He's behind everything. You know what I mean? All the power. Like, this is literally one of the most evil characters in the franchise. We haven't seen him yet, but he is like all the things I've said. And I definitely think he's going to be in the Rick movies.
But, in a way, Jadis is similar to Strand, as both those characters have overstayed their welcome.
I agree, but the difference is I like Jadis as a villain because they set it up for a few seasons. Like season 7, Jadis did horrible things. You know what I mean? She almost got Rick killed several times. She seriously betrayed him. She killed Heath. She betrayed Rick, killing 2 Alexandrians and almost got Michonne killed. Season 8, she kept Rick at the junkyard, and Carl died. You know what I mean? So like Rick wasn't able to go back home in time to maybe save Carl, or you know what I mean? Like all these things that Jadis did in season 8, and then she joined up with Simon, but he killed them all. And then season 8, she tried to kill Father Gabriel. You know what I mean? Yes, she did save Rick, but the way she says it in World Beyond, she says she talks about Rick like he's property. She says, I got my way into the CRM. She says I gave them something valuable. You know what I mean? So she doesn't even talk to Rick like he's a friend. You know what I mean? She talks to him like he was something I needed. You know what I mean? I used. Like, that's how she talks about Rick.
And that's the one thing that I had been curious ever since I found out that Jadis was going to be in, the second season of World Beyond, is where is Rick?
Rick is, I'm guessing Rick is in the city, you know what I mean, in Philadelphia, or like doing some kind of mission. But basically, Rick's not in the research facility. So the CRM have, oh yeah, okay. So the CRM have this place. It's called the Welfare and Health Complex, and it's like the CRM facility, the research facility, except it's where they take soldiers and torture them, brainwash them into being obedient and loyal. And Elizabeth mentions how there was some trouble lately earlier this season. She said that there's been some trouble lately in the facility. So I have a feeling that some people think that Rick is in the facility.
Because, there's got to be a reason as to why Rick hasn't gone back to Alexandria.
Yeah. One second. Yeah. Epic. I heard a theory, or maybe I made a theory, that the reason Rick hasn't came back is because Jadis threatened to tell him about Alexandria. Like, Jadis is threatening Rick, like, that if he ever goes back, that she'll wipe out Alexandria. So that's why Rick can't come back. Like, Jadis is warning him, like, you cannot leave or I'll kill everyone back home. Like, what do you think about it?
Wow. So if that's the case, then screw Jadis. That's just such an evil thing to do in my mind.
I agree. Absolutely. But what I'm seeing in World Beyond Season 2, it's pretty clear that she is full CRM. We don't know if they know about Alexandra, but I think that could be a reason why she didn't or why Rick hasn't came back yet. I could see, because if Rick leaves the CRM, then that's her ticket gone. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, like
yeah.
that's just such a horrible thing to do. Like, she's been to Alexandria. She was a part of their like community. She dated Father Gabriel. So, man, that's such a horrible thing to do.
I agree. Absolutely, man. I totally agree with that. But the way season 2 portrays it, Jadis literally tried to execute an entire community of women and children. And she literally justified the mass genocide the CRM have committed. And you know what I mean? She has no morals whatsoever, like from what I've seen in season 2 so far, like at all. And I definitely think most likely that's what happened. Like I could see Jadis keeping Rick in line, saying like, Rick, if you ever try to leave, I'll tell him about Alexandra, and everyone there will die. You know what I mean? And Rick could, like, this could be why Rick and Jadis never talk to each other ever again. You know what I mean? In like after he was taken, because like Rick is probably like building a small rebellion against CRM, probably recruiting soldiers secretly, and like whereas Jadis, she's fully accepted into the CRM. So I don't know.
Like, yeah, like Rick has kids in Alexandria. Judith, RJ. He has actually blood kids in that community. So the fact, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm serious. Jadis, she's evil from what I've seen in season 2. Like I said, she was willing to. She literally ordered the execution of women and children, and it didn't happen, thank God. But she literally ordered their deaths, and it was just because of a certain character that saved them that didn't happen. But Jadis literally was going to go through with that, and it just shows that there's no redeeming this character. There's no line she won't cross, and I definitely think that she is evil enough to, send CRM soldiers to Alexandria and kill everyone, even Judith. And that just makes like her so evil. Like, and I want her to die, absolutely, because I can't stand her now. Like, she's a great villain, but in terms of how evil she's become, I'm just like, I want her dead.
I don't know if you'll agree with this, but in a way, Jadis from World Beyond Season 2, she reminds me a lot of Lily from the final season of the Telltale series.
In a way, sort of. I will say, my goodness, Pollyann McIntosh, great actress. The scenes when she is yelling at the characters in World Beyond, when she is like telling them that we are the ones in the right, we're saving humanity by doing this. You know what I mean? She is such a great actress. Like seriously, I just my goodness, like having her in World Beyond like really helps make the season even better. And
I think the reason why Lily from the final season of the Walking Dead game reminds me of Jadis, just because Lily in that game was very evil. She was kidnapping kids, forcing them to be soldiers. She brainwashed Minerva into killing her sister. Just very evil stuff.
yeah, I totally agree with that. And I definitely think Jadis literally said in season 2 about how we should let Mr. Bennett know what will happen to one or both of his daughters, and they go after Hope and Iris. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like Elizabeth. I can see her. Elizabeth is evil, but I can't see her doing certain things that Jadis will. You know what I mean? Like torturing a kid. I don't think Elizabeth would do that. But Jadis,
Elizabeth, she has to have some humanity, because season 1 we do see her like drop a tear from her eyes.
Chosen says, nah, Lily and Jadis are totally different. Lily in season 1 is a sympathetic villain. Jadis is not. IG, maybe season 4, Lily. Yeah, Chosen. Epic was talking about season 4, Lily, comparing her to Jadis. Yeah, they are kind of similar. Both of them are kind of like leaders who are just like, we're not the bad guys. You guys are for doing this. You know what I mean? Because Jadis mentions how, she mentions how if the CRM is not the last, piece of humanity left in the world, that humanity will all be extinguished. You know what I mean? Which I don't buy, but she believes it somehow. And like for Lily, she says that, like, listen, if we don't kidnap kids and make them fight, we're gonna lose our home. And we're just like Lily, still there's got to be another way. You know, like
like, yeah, and plus the fact that she brainwashed Minerva into killing her sister.
Yeah, I don't think she brainwashed Minerva. I think that Lily, when she caught the sisters, she told them that one of them was gonna die, and then she gave a gun to one of them and said, "If you don't kill her, you'll both die." And I think Minerva was just scared, and when she killed Sophie, she didn't do it because she was brainwashed. I think maybe she did it because they were both gonna die, and maybe Sophie wanted her to do it, like, for her to live. So I don't know. I think that's more likely, but yeah.
Yeah, this franchise, it has quite a lot of characters that are evil, actually.
Oh, absolutely. Jadis, Elizabeth, and Major General Beale, I would say they're the most evil characters in World Beyond. And like
the governor, he was evil.
Yeah, the governor, Simon, a little bit of Negan at times, Alpha definitely, and for Fear, Teddy. Teddy was definitely up there as far as evil characters. Teddy.
What to call the governor evil is the fact that he decapitated an innocent old man who was very, very innocent and friendly. So
Yeah, he had no gripes with Herschel, no problem with him, but he knew that Rick cared about him and just killed him to show how serious he was. You know what I mean? To Rick about him wanting the prison. Like, he literally killed an innocent person just to show him that I meant business. It's like, wow. It's just that's evil. Yeah,
which I mean, that's the one thing about the Walking Dead world is it'll take, like, if you were innocent pre-apocalypse, it'll change you into an evil person.
Sometimes, not always. But not always, you know what I mean? But I will say that like Morgan before the apocalypse, he was a normal husband, father, but now he's just he definitely went through a lot of changes, killed a lot of people, but as we can see in Fear, he kind of never he still hasn't found that middle ground of knowing when to kill only when you have to. He still really hasn't done that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Epic. A few more minutes, and I have to end the stream. Just to let you know.
Do you think World Beyond should have gotten a season 3?
That's a good question. I don't. It really depends how they end it, but right now, after seeing episode 9, I'm like, maybe it could have gotten a few more episodes, because I don't see how they can wrap up this entire story in just one final episode. So the characters, their mission is to destroy. This is what's awesome. The characters want to destroy the gas that the CRM have, because if they destroy that gas and take the scientists, the CRM will have to attack communities the old-fashioned way with their soldiers. So because of that, that will give Portland and the Commonwealth a chance to fight back. And that will mean that in the Rick movies, they have a chance, you know what I mean, of winning. So the characters, what they're doing in World Beyond, this is going to change the franchise forever. This is going to help them in the future against the CRM.
Because, me personally, after the main show ends, me personally, I have a feeling AMC are going to make more shows in the future.
I do too, but man, I do not want that to happen. Hey, Epic, Chosen asks if you have ever played Days Gone.
I played a little bit of Days Gone, and I thought it was okay.
Yeah, I watched the game, though. I watched the playthrough on YouTube, and I don't like the whole biker thing. That's too much in the game. But yeah, yeah. So a couple more minutes, and I have to end the stream. But the
one thing that I do like about Days Gone is that Sam Witwer, who plays the main character Deacon. He was actually the tank walker in season 1.
Interesting. Oh yeah, that's cool. I heard about that. So yeah, this is so interesting. Epic. Like, so what the characters are doing in World Beyond is going to change the franchise forever, and the characters are talking about fighting for the future. So the CRM, like I said, they want the future of humanity to be about peace, like control, order, subjugation, whereas the characters in World Beyond, they want to free whoever's left in the world from the CRM. And I definitely think that this will help the franchise, help the good guys, the characters in Fear and the main show fight against the CRM in the future. Because the CRM is taking a big blow this season because of the characters in World Beyond. Chosen says, I suggested you have the time and money. It's on sale on Steam. Thanks for the suggestion, Chosen, but when I saw Days Gone, I don't think it's that good of a game, me personally. I don't think it's amazing. You know what I mean? Like I saw the whole game and I'm just yeah, Epic.
Like I don't know why, but if the Commonwealth and CRM ever got into a war, I have money that the Commonwealth would wipe out the CRM.
Well, okay, so Epic. The thing is that the CRM outnumber the Commonwealth 4-1. But if the characters save Portland, which is the last giant community in America, they have 87,000 people. So if they combine with the Commonwealth and make 137,000, they will have a big chance against the CRM. And combine that with the characters in the main show, in Fear, and World Beyond,
because
the main cast.
What I've seen from the Commonwealth in season 11, I am starting to like them more than the comics.
Yeah, Chosen says, sucks that people won't give World Beyond Season 2 a try because of Season 1. Yeah, exactly, Chosen. It's just, it's kind of sad that people are not checking out World Beyond. I get it. Season 1, definitely, it has problems. But, I am telling people, check out Season 2. It's so good. Season 2 of World Beyond, I think it's better than Season 4 of Fear. It's definitely better than Season 5. It might be better than 6. It's definitely better than 7. You know what I mean? World Beyond Season 2 is really up there in terms of Walking Dead seasons. It's so good. Does it have some problems? Yes, it does. But it's so good, honestly. World Beyond Season 2 is so good. I love how much CRM stuff we're getting. I love how the characters, how this is tying into the Rick movies, because the Commonwealth doesn't even know that they're going to get wiped out by the CRM in the future. They don't even know that. But the characters in World Beyond, them doing this in Season 2, them destroying the gas and destroying the research facility, this is going to save them. You know what I mean? And give them a chance to fight back. You know what I mean? And win. So,
one thing that I hated about World Beyond Season 1 when I first started watching it is the intro. The intro to that show was pathetic.
Oh, it was. Absolutely. The intros were kind of bad. Hey, Epic, did you get a chance to check out my World Beyond parody that I made?
No, I haven't. Sorry.
It's okay. It's only a minute long, but it's kind of funny. It's a parody from that. It's like an iCarly. I'm sure you heard of that Nickelodeon show iCarly. So,
I used to watch that a lot when I was younger.
Same. So basically, I kind of compared World Beyond Season 1 to iCarly, in that 1 minute video. But yeah, if you get a chance to check it out after the stream, and tell me what you think, that would be awesome. I would appreciate it.
Season 1 intro for World Beyond, that was just so bad. Having the characters freaking walking away with the freaking just logo popping up in the screen. Yeah.
You guys, I'm back.
Oh, hey, Walker Dead. Hey, sorry, man.
Yeah, season 1 intro for World Beyond was just a joke.
I gotta end the stream soon. Walker Dead. A couple
Uh,
more minutes, but
The season 1 intro for World Beyond was a joke.
yeah, the intros are still a little bit of an issue in season 2, but oh yeah, Walker Dead. I was telling Epic this how what the characters are doing in World Beyond season 2 by warning Portland and destroying the research facility and the gas, taking the scientists' data. This is going to be a big blow to the CRM, and this is going to give the Commonwealth a chance in the future at defeating the CRM eventually in the Rick movies. And I'm just thinking, like, man, like, and the Commonwealth doesn't even know yet. But this is why World Beyond needs to happen. I see now why World Beyond needs to exist. By season 2, you know what I mean? Season 1, you could have made it into 6 episodes, but season 2, it makes so much sense why this needs to happen because the CRM is gonna wipe out Commonwealth. But you know, World Beyond is kind of helping giving them a chance. You know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely. Like it's like saying the Walking Dead Rick Grimes movies. Let's say the second or third Rick Grimes movie. Like say if they want want to set up a Commonwealth versus CRM, they could do that.
Yeah, and imagine the characters just like Hope and Felix and some of them in the movies, and they just mention how they're the people that kind of they're the ones that kind of deliver the blow to the CRM. They took their scientists, they destroyed the facility and the gas, and you know what I mean. And that's why the CRM have to destroy communities with their soldiers now. Like they can't use the gas anymore. Like I love that idea.
Walker Dead.
What's up?
I was telling Brian earlier that I was saying Jadis from season 2 of World Beyond was similar to Lily from the final season of the Telltale series.
Yeah, something of that nature.
Chosen asked real quick, have you ever watched Sam and Cat and Victorious? Sam and Cat, no, and Victorious, I saw a little bit, like a few episodes, and then I stopped. I'm like, I didn't like it.
I didn't watch Sam and Cat because I heard it was just unbelievably bad.
It was unbelievably bad because I'm not even gonna get I know this is an example. Like I'm not gonna get in Sam and Cat because this is not about that. But real quick, I know this is an example, but the kid from Victorious, one of them, the guy with the black hair, the guy that played back on Victorious, he's in the new Resident Evil movie as Leon, and I'm like, bro, this is so stupid. Like, bro, I'm like, really? You're gonna have the guy from Victorious in Resident Evil playing Leon while he looks nothing like, I don't know, it's just so stupid.
Hey, Brian.
I mean, really quick, you guys know that the actress for Iris, she's like from Nickelodeon or something, right?
Yeah, you told me this.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, go ahead, Epic.
Are you a Resident Evil fan?
I am not. You've asked me this before, Epic. I never liked the Resident Evil series.
No, I meant the games.
Oh, I didn't really like the games either. They were just never for me. Yeah, guys, if you have any last minute questions, if you want to get them out right here and now.
I also want. I know I commented this in your server or whatever, but are you a Jurassic Park fan?
No. I mean, I've seen a few of the movies. Some of the movies aren't bad, but in terms of do I love the franchise? No. I would like watch a Jurassic Park movie in theaters if like my friends were going and we're not doing anything. I would do that, but I would never suggest Jurassic Park to anyone. Just because, just how the dinosaurs are, it's very unrealistic. Like, you know what I mean? I just don't like it. And, yeah.
Yeah, a question I wanted to ask you before you on the stream. What was I was gonna ask? I just had the question in my head. Do you feel like Lenny James and Alicia Demakier is gonna leave Fear the Walking Dead in season 7? I know I probably somewhat asked this before, but I just want to ask again because I mean at this point, because of how Fear's going, do you see those two leaving Fear in season 7B? of Fear the Walking Dead.
Yes, I do see them leaving in like the final episode of season 7. I could see Morgan and Alicia splitting off from the group, or something like that in the final episode of season 7, and season 8 is just Daniel, and June and all the other characters. And if that's the case, I'm not watching it.
Hey,
Neither
Brian.
am I, because in my opinion, like I said before, and I'll say it again, even though Fear season 8 is not confirmed, but I even said this. I'm like, how can you do a season 8 of Fear without Alicia or Morgan? It makes no sense. That's why I said there's no point of them doing a Fear season 8 if we're not going to have Alicia or Morgan. Because
Hey,
if those
Brian.
two really want to leave, then which I don't blame them, then Fear's done. Like you said, Brian, Fear's done, because without Alicia or Morgan, what is the show? And
Hey,
yes,
Brian.
even if they do bring back more Madison, it's not going to work, because then she's still going to be like, "Where's my kids?" And
Hey,
then that's
Brian.
where Daniel's going to be like, "Nick is dead." That, and I think that's when Charlie dies, and then she's going to find out that Alicia's missing.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Brian.
Okay. All right, guys. Last thing from Epic, and then I have to end the stream. Go ahead, Epic.
So, if Fear the Walking Dead got renewed for season 9, how mad would you be?
Oh, I would be so mad. I would. I just. I would lose it, because there's too many Walking Dead shows right now, and it that would mean that Morgan and Alicia are not in season 8 or 7. I'm sorry, in season 8 or 9, and I would be so mad if Fear got a season 9. Like, I would rant about it. Like no joke. Oh my goodness. But
Yeah,
great
if Fear the
question, man.
Walking Dead did get a season 9, me and you would definitely make a stream together, and we'll be like roasting that. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. This was a great stream. No technical difficulties. Chosen said that. Thank you guys so much
Hey,
for coming. This was fun.
Brian.
You're very
I
welcome.
think you should go back and redo Days Gone By as like a review stream episode and stuff, you know?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
definitely. I'll think about that. I'll think about that.
yeah,
Epic.
and Brian, I had like this like idea, like after the double finale, like the double finale of season 2 of my Walking Dead reboot series. Would you like consider doing a stream like talking about the double finale of season 2 of my Walking Dead reboot series?
Yeah, I would consider it. Absolutely, man. All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll be in the comment section though, if you guys have any more questions or ideas that you want to jot down. So yeah, guys, thank you so
Yeah,
much. This was a really fun stream, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Take care. Bye.
you
All right. Now to end the stream.